Hi, good day everyone. I am Karima Wilson Solomon, the Technical and Vocational Education and Training Education Officer at the Ministry of Education, Youth Affairs and Sports. Today I have with me Mrs. Maruita Kupoluyi, one of our past TVET educators from the then BVI High School, the now Elmore South High School, and she will be sharing with us today some of her expertise in the technical field. Hi, Ms. Kupoluyi, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself, how many years you taught clothing and textiles, and any other interesting fact? I see you have some of your clothing here on display, so you have the floor.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Maruita Turnbull Kupoluyi. I'm a retired educator. I taught for 44 years, 9 of which was spent at primary school level, and then 35 at high school. What inspired me to become a technical teacher? I remember my mom, when I was growing up, she had a Singer sewing hand operated machine, and she made everything we wore, everything from top to bottom. And sometimes she would ask me to help her to turn the wheel when her shoulder became very tired. So I became interested in sewing because I would watch her. She would make all the things we wore. She would make sacks for the bed, which would be stuffed with banana leaves for our sleeping comfort. She made patchwork bedspreads. Then one time she was even employed by Mr. Bigelow of Guana Island to sew all the uniform for his kitchen staff. And she worked really hard. So I was inspired looking at her. At high school, when I passed primary 5, I learned how to use a commercial pattern. And I realized that when you use a commercial pattern, the end product looked like ready-made, like you purchased it from the store, because you had to be able to follow the steps in sequence, and that produced a more professional look to what we made. Then after 9 years at primary school, after I finished high school, 9 years at primary school, then the opportunity came for me to do a 1-year home economics course in the UK. And on return, I was assigned to the high school as a technical teacher. That was 1975. So I was able to work with the children. We always had an exhibition at the end of the school year. So that was our goal, to have as many items rather, to display. That was a goal. So I would spend extra time with the children after school just to ensure that everybody finished their project. After 5 years at the high school, I went to Halifax, Nova Scotia, Mount St. Vincent. There I studied home economics education and education. I returned home and I was able to continue as head of department. I wanted to do other areas, but because of limitations with other teachers in the skill of dressmaking, then I had to focus mainly on that. Then I was able to continue, and there was a lot of advantages for me as taking the field of technical education for myself. There was one point when like 95% of my wardrobe was made by myself. Yes.
And I see you have some of them here.
Yes, so some of them here, and I'm also wearing one. I don't sew as much now because, well, you know how it is when the body says, calm down. So I still do a lot. I repair my clothing. Now that I'm getting a little smaller, I have to adjust shoulders and adjust this. And I help my family a lot in that when they need something to be done, like up to yesterday, one brought a skirt to be shortened, and the pants waist, the fastener to be replaced. So my family has benefited a lot. I remember when my mom was sick for 16 years, bedridden, I made her hospital-style gowns. Yes. And when my sisters were little, I used to make them dresses. Yeah. So my family benefited a lot. My older sister who lived in New York, she's now deceased, of blessed memory. I used to spend a lot of summers with her. I taught her how to use a commercial pattern. Then she taught her daughter, and now her daughter makes dresses for herself, for her sister, and for her niece.
Oh, that's good. So it's a skill that has been passed on from generation to generation.
Yes.
Can you tell us one encouragement for our students or even adults, young persons that want to sew and be a part, receive a technical skill?
Okay, so that means like how important it is for them, right?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's very important. As a matter of fact, I think every student should be able to do something practical with their hands because life is practical. So, and they can even have their own business. They can become entrepreneurs. And when they finish high school, it will be easier for them to get a job if they have a skill that, people are looking for. Those who are going on to college, not going on to college, but who want a job after high school, they will be more marketable. Yes. It will be easier for them. And we have a shortage of skilled workers in the BVI. So if they have a skill, they will be able to fill that gap. Yes. They will be able to fill that gap, and we'll be able to reduce the number of persons who have to be recruited here from overseas. Yeah. And when you're doing things for yourself, you can be very creative. Also, sewing is therapeutic. Doing something with your hands is therapeutic because it gives you a sense of relaxation. So that contributes to your mental health.
It does. We want to thank you, Mrs. Maruita Turnbull Kupoluyi, our past educator in the technical studies, particularly dressmaking and clothing and textiles, for sharing with us today her expertise as we celebrate TVET Week 2024. So thank you so much for your contribution to the years of education at our primary and secondary schools, and we wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.